Dear students, Physics Class 2 Thermoelectricity. Uh, in the previous class, we discussed about fundamentals of thermoelectricity. What are the types of methods by which we can generate the electricity and what is a thermoelectricity. So those things we discussed, and also we discussed the Seebeck effect. So I given a task to you people, find how what mechanism actually takes place in a thermocouple when the two junctions of the thermocouple are kept at two different temperature, how thermo EMF develops. So hope you have searched in the internet, you searched in the textbooks. So some of you might have found the answer, but still I explain the concept here, okay, and also I give you the two links of the, that is videos from YouTube. You can go through that. So dear students, so this is a thermocouple. Thermocouple basically consists of two dissimilar metals. One is a good conductor of electricity, another is a poor conductor of electricity. Dissimilar means one is a good conductor, another is a poor conductor. So we taken copper and bismuth here. Okay. Now we connected one sensitive galvanometer across the copper wire. Now at this junction, for example, this is a hot junction. Now electron density in copper is more compared with the electron density in bismuth. Okay. Now they have to move from copper to bismuth across this junction. So for example, osmosis, you might have heard, the same process takes place here. The electrons are moving from higher concentration to the lower concentration, so they can easily move across the copper to the bismuth by taking the heat energy from the hot bath. Okay, now after taking the heat energy from the hot bath, they get accelerated and move towards the cold junction. These electrons, now they are moving from lower concentration to higher concentration. So therefore it is a reverse osmosis process takes place here. So therefore what the energy they have gained across the, that is water bath, they give out their energy across this junction, and they move from, or utilize their energy to move from lower concentration to higher concentration. So therefore they accumulate, most of the electrons will accumulate across this junction. So therefore the potential difference will develop across these two junctions. Okay, so hence a thermo EMF will exhibit. Okay, so this is the basic concept, but still if you not understood, so I give you two links of YouTube. You go through that, you will come to know what exactly the mechanism takes place in case of Seebeck effect. Okay, so now dear students, let us study. Already we studied, but look into the some definitions. That is a neutral temperature, the temperature of hot junction at which thermo EMF becomes maximum is called as neutral temperature of the given thermocouple. For each thermocouple, if the thermocouple in which metals changes, then this neutral temperature also changes, dear students. Remember this thing. So therefore the temperature of the hot junction at which the thermo EMF becomes maximum is called neutral temperature of a thermocouple. So neutral temperature is independent of a cold junction. So here it is a neutral temperature, thermo EMF is maximum, so therefore it is independent of this cold junction. Okay, then next is inversion temperature. So here we studied the inversion temperature. So as after the neutral temperature, if you further increase the temperature of the hot junction, thermo EMF goes on, decreases and reaches minimum. After that, if you further increase, it reverses. So that thing we studied in the previous class. Okay, so the temperature of hot junction at which thermo EMF becomes zero and changes its direction is called as inversion temperature of the given thermocouple. Okay, so the inversion temperature is independent of the cold junction, sorry, dependent of the cold junction here. Okay, so therefore inversion temperature depend on cold junction. Next, relation between neutral temperature and temperature of inversion. Let T0 be the temperature of cold junction, Tn be the neutral temperature, Ti be the inversion temperature. Okay, so in the first case, Tn is greater than T0. It is a T0. Okay, so here you can see. So this is a Tn, this is a T0, and this is Ti. Okay, so in the first case, Tn is greater than T0, neutral temperature is greater than temperature of the cold junction. Okay. Then in the second case, Ti is greater than Tn. Inversion temperature is greater than neutral temperature. Okay, so that thing we take here. So therefore Tn minus T0 is equal to Ti minus Tn. Here you can see Tn minus T0 is equal to Ti minus Tn. Clear? So these parts are equal in magnitude. So rearrange these. There are two Tn's. 2Tn is equal to Ti plus T0. Tn is equal to Ti plus T0 divided by 2. If cold junction is at 0 degrees Celsius, then T0 is equal to 0. So therefore neutral temperature Tn is equal to Ti divided by 2, that is inversion temperature divided by 2ds. So this is the relation between Tn and Ti. Next, thermoelectric power. Let E is the thermo EMF and T is temperature difference between the junctions. Then we know that E is equal to AT plus BT square. So this is the relation of parabola, dear students, how thermo EMF behaves in a thermocouple. Okay, so that we have taken here. E is equal to thermo EMF generated is equal to AT plus BT square. So A and B are the Seebeck coefficients. So those things we already discussed here. E is equal to AT plus BT square. So differentiate on both sides with respect to absolute temperature. So it becomes dE by dt is equal to A plus 2BT. E is called as thermoelectric power. So the rate of change of thermo EMF with absolute temperature is called as thermoelectric power at that temperature. So therefore it is denoted by P is equal to dE divided by dt at TDS. Okay. Next is thermoelectric series. What is thermoelectric series? The arrangement of different metals in a particular order by Seebeck is called thermoelectric series or Seebeck series. This series starts with antimony and ends with bismuth. The series is given by Sd, antimony, Cd, cadmium, Zn, zinc, Ag, silver, Rh, rhodium, Mo, molybdenum, Cr, chromium, Sn, tin, Pb, lead, Hg, mercury, Mn, molybdenum, Cu, copper, platinum Pt, cobalt, Co, nickel and bismuth. dear students. So this series of arrangement of the different metals is known as Seebeck series or thermoelectric series. Okay, so now the difference in the series, in the sense, for example, SD is a antimony and bismuth. So the difference between these two metals is more in this series. So therefore, thermo EMF generated or produced in the series for two metals is more for antimony and bismuth only. Here, the current flows through the cold junction from antimony to bismuth from the metal occurring first in the series to the one occurring next. Greater the separation of metals in the series, greater will be the thermo EMF produced in the circuit. Hence, thermo EMF for antimony bismuth thermocouple is maximum for any pair of metals in the series. So therefore, dear students, so the gap between the two metals as much as increases, here the maximum gap between the two metals is antimony and bismuth. So therefore, as much as gap increases between the metals in the series, the thermo EMF produced in the that pair of metals is more. So therefore, the maximum thermo EMF produced for a metals is antimony and bismuth, dear students. So therefore, you go through this part, okay, and we will finish it here. You all stay home, stay safe. If you find any difficulty, you just text me in the Google Classroom, or you can text me in, that is, WhatsApp group. Okay, thank you.